Another old school classic, just updated, new and fresh from the new Tatula Elite Rods. This is Ish Monroe's 7.4 heavy Froggin rod. So this is the updated new 2023 Tatula Elite Rods. A little bit more of a updated cosmetic change, but they are lighter in hand as well. They've actually reduced some of the blank weight, and they reduced the handle size too. The dimensions of the handle are smaller. It's a little bit more of a compact grip, so you can palm it a little bit nicer, which is great for me for a Froggin rod, because I tend to impart a ton of action on my frog when I fish it. So it's nice to have this tiny little handle on here. It makes it palm really, really nicely. 7'4", heavy power, fast action. So it's got a lot of backbone because it's for a frog. They're trying to get those fish out of heavy, heavy cover, but it's got a fast tip on it. Not extra fast, but fast. It's allowing the backbone of the rod to be what's pulling on that fish and setting the hook versus just the tip section of the rod. When you get to an extra fast tip, it's really nice sometimes for imparting action on baits, but when you go to set the hook, you're using a softer portion of the top of the rod to set the hook. This is important when it comes to frogging, because a lot of times you're setting the hook and that fish has got feet, if not yards, if not a lot more than that, pile of vegetation between you and your boat and that fish, or from shore and that fish, wherever you're trying to get that fish to. So you want the heavy part of the rod fighting the fish. So that's why the heavy, fast action. Ish Monroe is one of the most accomplished frog anglers on planet Earth. If you're in the market for a frog rod, it'd be wise to check out the new 2023 Tatula Elite Ish Monroe 7'4" heavy, fast action frog rod. Oof. Definitely a lot slower action than a lot of the fast action rods we've been bending, but a lot of power. It doesn't look like it with the way I'm bending it, but I'm really kind of giving it the beans to show the action. So if I just kind of loaded it up, you wouldn't really see anything here. You got to really crank into it to show how much the rod's bending. It's bending a lot faster than it looks on the bend chart there. The length and the angle over where the line tie is there is not showing it, but it's got a lot of power and it gets into it really fast. I'll start from a low position, and this thing's just gonna, you're immediately getting hooks into the fish, but importantly, you're fighting the fish with a big, strong part of the rod blank, not the tip of the rod.